Oops, I disattached my hair. I was trying to take my hat off. Hold on. Let me fix this.
Good job.
I'm bald now.
I like that look. I like that bald look.
Aw.
Yeah, if you like him looking like a cue ball.
Ellie Savalas. Okay, up first. A couple in British Columbia were very disappointed to find out their teenage son had a stash of vaccinations hidden under his bed. His mother said the boy tried to be clever by hiding it between his pornography and weed. The mother became suspicious when she realized no one bothers hiding weed or porn anymore and knew something was up. The teenage boy was able to secure vaccinations for mumps, measles, and pneumococcal pneumonia before being found out. The mother said, "We're not angry, we're just disappointed. It's like he wasn't paying attention at all when we took him to that Jenny McCarthy lecture." They plan to punish the boy by making him attend a Scared Straight program where he has to spend a weekend sleepover with a bunch of kids suffering from autism.
Oh my God.
Okay, a recent political study revealed that the difference between a libertarian paradise and complete anarchy is about 6 days. Now, after Karl Lagerfeld passed away last week, it was revealed a great deal of his fortune is going to be given to his cat, Chapette. That's his cat right there, Chapette. It has been estimated to be worth 150 million pounds, British pounds. I have no idea what that is in American dollars. Some people believe it's irresponsible to give a cat that much money, as they're just probably going to blow it all on nip. Chapette was living a pretty good life when Carl was still alive. The cat had 2 personal maids, which is a lot of staff to clean out after someone who poops in a box.
Look at that.
Poops in a box. New York State is looking to pass new legislation regarding the legalization to sell recreational marijuana. In response to this, the owner of convenience store chains want a first crack at license to sell it. Because when you stumble into a 24-hour convenience store at 2 a.m. looking for munchies, what you really need is to get more high. Anyway, the spokesman for the 24-hour convenience stores argued that they already sell items considered to be much more dangerous than weed, such as alcohol, cigarettes, open-air sushi, and hot dogs that have been in the roller since Blockbuster was still around.
Nice and crispy.
Last week, 16 people were trapped on a SeaWorld ride after a large gust of wind tripped a breaker on the Bayside Sky Ride at Mission Bay in San Diego. When asked for comment, the killer whale said, "Phase 1 complete. Now we train them to perform for our young." Yes. Now, with growing competition from almond and soy milk, dairy farmers have been protesting that the milk label that is used on non-dairy milks. Dairy farmers are now lobbying to pass legislation that they should call it nut juice. Nut juice. The legal case is a little shaky. Apparently, the dairy farmers' argument is that nuts cannot be milked. Almond and soy producers say, "Oh, you can milk a nut as long as you're lonely enough and have an internet connection." In Philadelphia, a real estate investor says a home that he was scoping out was booby-trapped where the stairway had a swinging knife attached to a string. On top of that, there was also a pulley light switch that was attached to a bowling ball set to fall on your head. There were trip wires and Lego pieces strewn all over the floor in random places. It was an abandoned row house, so it's unclear as to who set these booby traps. However, police are asking the general public to be on the lookout for this man.
All right.
Yeah. And last news we have for tonight, bad news for people living on Earth. The White House is looking to assemble a panel to assess whether or not climate change poses a national security threat. Trump's own intelligence agencies say climate change is a threat, but Trump has just found the man to undermine those claims physicist William Happer. People are asking, why was he appointed to the position as his profession was a professor of physics and not a climate scientist? Trump said it was perfectly reasonable to use someone who's an expert in something else, as this year his physical was performed by a doctor of literature and not medicine. He said he probed my proust, not my prostate.
No, Jesus.
And that's the way I wish it wasn't. I'm Catboy Code Noir.